This tutorial I'm going to use my Makeup Forever HD foundation. I love this foundation. This is my favorite. And I'm just going to squirt one pump onto my hand. I'm going to take an e.l.f. brush. I believe this is called the powder brush. But I really like this brush. It's really soft and I like the dome head that it has. So it makes it a lot easier to spread out the product. So I'm just going to pull the product onto the brush. And I'm doing this just so I get the use of most of the product. If you just start sweeping away, your product is just going to sink into your brush. So I do the stippling method just so I can get the most out of my product. I don't worry too much about my under eye area, but I do apply it though, just because I know I'm going to go over there with concealer. And if I know I'm going to apply like a lipstick or something, I'll put a little bit of foundation on my lips, but that's totally optional. You can build up your foundation, but I usually just do one layer because I don't really want the look of heavy foundation. Usually it takes me 2 pumps, but it depends on your foundation again. But I'm just going to do that stippling technique to my T-zone, my cheeks, and make sure you come all the way down to your neck. You don't want your face to be a different color than your neck. Usually I try to match my foundation on my neck when I'm buying it, because that's the closest thing that I'm going to blend it to. I'm just going to wipe it across in circular motions. The next thing I'm going to do is, because I'm going to do a bright under eye, I'm going to take a creamy concealer and apply that under my eye in a T shape, like this. And I'm just going to take a color that's 2 shades or a shade lighter than my skin tone. And I'm using a little concealer brush. I think I got this from Bare Essentials. And I've come to find when you're doing the bright under eye look and you want to set it with a powder, a translucent powder, that liquid concealers don't work as well. Because I honestly like using liquid concealers. I don't really like creaming concealers because they look pasty sometimes. But when I do the under eye look, I like to do the creamy concealer. And me, I just like to take my finger and blend everything out. Because the concealer can get a little cakey on your face, and the heat from your finger can really break it up and blend it for you. Then what I'm going to do is take my foundation brush and I'm going to go over that with my liquid concealer just so I can have a better area for my powder to set on. I'm going to put this over the same area that I concealed this with. And if you really want that flawless look, go in with your beauty blender and then blend that out. Make sure you don't have a harsh line right here. I see a lot of people with a harsh line. Make sure you blend this in and break up that harsh line. You want fluidity in your face. And I'm just going to go in and do the same thing for the other side. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and set it with a translucent powder. And I'm going to use this NYC Smooth Skin translucent powder that I got from CVS for about $3. And you could use a square sponge or a triangle sponge to do this. I just happen to be using a brush. And you can pack it on a little bit if you want to. We're going to wipe off the excess when we're done. So I'm just going to let that sit on my skin a little bit. And this is another option that you guys can do if you want to. You can go ahead and highlight the bridge of your nose, and you can highlight your T-zone, and you can highlight right here on the over your lip, around your nose, and right under your lip. And I'm going to use liquid foundation for this part. And you just want to use a smidgen, just a little bit, because you don't want too much. And I'm just going to go down my nose with the side of my brush. And then go right into my T-zone. And the reason why you highlight these areas is because these are the areas where the sun hits your face. So it'll really, the shadows and the contouring really will give your face a nice figure. Contouring is really all about shadows and light and how you play with them. And then you just go over a little bit right there. And I already put foundation on my lips for my lipstick, so it's not a big deal to do that for me. And then right here, this I used to do, but I barely do it now. And then you're just going to take that same brush and take a little powder and set it. I don't like to use too much powder in this area just because I don't want my face to look too cakey. The next thing that I'm going to do is contour, and I'm going to use my CoverGirl Ebony Bronze for that. And basically where you want to put the contour is the hollows of your face. And you can actually see mine without me even smiling or sucking my face. The hollows are where it are just under your cheek. So right here. You wanna highlight and contour. Well, right now we're contouring every angle on your face so it pops out a little bit more. So we're gonna contour here, under your chin. We're gonna get the temples a little bit. You can do down your nose, but I have such a big bridge in my nose, I don't like to do that at all. And under your chin if you have a little extra under there. So I'm just gonna take an angled brush like this. Now notice I'm not dragging it all the way down. You don't want to go all the way down. You want to stop maybe right here where the outside of your eye is. Just don't bring it all the way down into the chin because you really just want a nice fade out. And you'll see as I'm going that I'm blending the contour out a little bit because you don't just want a big streak across your face. That doesn't look natural at all. But I'm just working the highlight. You don't need too much on your brush. You know, work with what you got. I do all the way around my navel, my temple. I don't know why I said navel. And I'm just spreading it out. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. And bring it all the way up. really create that angle. Then I'm going to take a little more and just do right down here to create that chiseled look that you want. And you can do it under here a little bit too if you got a little extra down there. But this is going to be one of the ways you bring color back to your face, so you want to make sure that you get it in there. And as you can see it bringing my face in towards the middle. Then I'm going to take my blusher brush. And I don't want you guys to get caught up into the old school way of applying brush of right on the apples of your cheek. That's not where you want to put your blush. Remember, we want our face to be angled and chiseled. So you're going to do the same thing with your blush. I'm going to use a bright pink blush just for the purpose of the video, so I can show you guys and you can really see the color. I usually start right here with my blush and just push it into my face and push it up against that line. Everything should follow this line. This is where your contour should be. If you wanted to, you can add highlight right here so it could really make the contour pop out, but your blush should follow suit. And I'm just pushing that into my face. And I stop actually right before my cheek. Now, for some looks, you could bring it into your cheek, but that's not what I want from this look. So I'm going to just go ahead and that's what I don't want that for most of my looks. So then you're going to take your favorite fluffy brush or your favorite makeup poof, the one that comes with your foundation. Any type of fluffy brush, fan brush, poof, whatever you want to use to put your foundation on, you're going to go ahead and do that. But before I put my foundation on, sometimes to tone down my blush, because I don't really like blush that much, but I do put it on there to put some color in my face, I go ahead with a lighter bronzer. And this is the Brown Bronze from the CoverGirl collection. And I just lightly go over it. Go over my blush with a bronzer. And this gives it a really natural look. And look how many times I'm going over it. Just a couple. It gives it a really, really, really natural look with your bronzer when you just dust it on top like that. It gives it a sun-kissed look. And I'm all about sun-kissed look. I love a healthy glow. Some basic items I really think you need when you're doing foundation. Basic item is a good foundation to start with. Your foundation is the foundation of your face. So you want your foundation to really match your skin tone. If you were going to spend money on something, I believe that would be the thing that you spend money on. The next thing you want is a good concealer. Now you have to pick if you prefer liquid concealers or cream concealers. I prefer liquid, but sometimes you need that cream concealer base to set your face. So make sure you invest in a good concealer. The next thing you want to do, and this isn't something you really have to invest in, is find a good bronzer or blush that is dark enough for you to contour. I know a great color from MAC is MAC Blunt. The CoverGirl Queen collection bronzers are really good options too. I actually have grown to like them very much. They're only like $7 or $8. They're a good product, good quality, and it's a lot of product. So I really recommend those if you're looking for a cheaper route to go. And the last thing that I would say you would really want to invest in, not only have, but invest in, is your foundation powder. Something I really like to use is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It gives me a great glow. It's really light. You don't have to wear it with liquid foundation under it all the time. I would probably recommend that. And I would recommend a loose powder. and a pressed powder. There are just different occasions and different makeup looks that you need to use different things for. I use my mineralized for a more sun-kissed look, or if I'm going to school, or if I'm doing something light. I use my MAC pressed powder if I really want a full done beat face, and I use that with a powder puff. And I have a loose Mary Kay powder that I really like. I haven't reached for it in a while, but I usually use that during the summer when I want to set foundation, but I don't want to have such a matte finish. I want some translucence, or I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, those are things that I usually go for. Foundation is really simple once you just get the things in your color and what you need. You don't want to get a contour that looks too dark. You want your contour to look really natural. If I were to smile, my contour runs right into the lines of my cheeks and it looks natural. And that's what you really want. You don't want streaks on your face. If you really just pay attention to the products that you're using and where you're placing them, then you'll be fine, you know. A great method to do is take the end of one of your brushes and just use it as a guideline. When I first started, I did this and brushed. And literally took a brush and brushed. That right there, I saw the shadow. I did this with a brush. You could even do it with a business card or credit card. Anything you need to use, go ahead and use it. And I just started practicing like that until I learned my face. Learn your face, play around with it, see where your depths are, see where you break out, feel your face, you know, really get to know yourself. As long as you know your face, you can do your makeup fantastic. I wish I had a lipstick to put on to show you guys, but this highlight is basically, you know, it's just where the sun hits your face. That's really the only reason why you highlight there. Like I said, for the purpose of this video, I did way more than I usually do on a regular day basis, but I really wanted to show you guys the full-fledged foundation tutorial. Thank you again for watching my videos. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.